video. Today, we will be studying about the list data type in detail. What are lists? We know that the list is a collection data type in which the stored data is ordered and the stored data can also be changed, which means that lists are changeable. Lists are written using square brackets or can be made using the list constructor. For example, here I have an example list called MyList and I am storing the values 10, 20, 30, 40 and 50 within square brackets as shown. I can also do the same thing using the list constructor as follows. Mind you that using the list constructor means that you have to use two round brackets instead of the square brackets. The data values which are stored within lists are indexed, and we know that indexing starts from 0. Here we have an example list called MyList, and the specific indexes of the values stored are as follows. We can access the list data by specifying the index of the stored value within the square brackets. For example, if I want to print MyList square brackets value 2, the output would be 30 because I am trying to access the third value stored in my list whose index is 2. I can also access list data using negative indexes. For example, if I want to print my list data minus 1, my list value minus 1, the output would be 50 because here minus 1 refers to the index of the last element, minus 2 refers to the index of the second last element, and so on. We can access more than just one list value by specifying a range of positions. This is done in the following manner. We have the list variable name followed by square brackets within which we pass the two index values, starting index and ending index, both of which are separated with a colon. For example, here is my list, and if I print my list values 1:4, the output would be 20, 30 and 40 because I am trying to access the list values stored from index 1 to index 4. Mind you that here the starting index value is included, but the ending index value is not included. This means that we are trying to extract the values from starting index position to ending index minus 1 position. If I don't specify the starting index, the values will be printed from the beginning of the list. For example, if I want to access my list value :3, the output would be 10, 20 and 30 because I will access essentially values from the beginning of the list to the index position 2. So, the values printed are from index position 0 to index value 2. If I don't specify the ending index, the values will be printed till the end of the list. For example, here I am printing my list 2:. So the output would be the values of the values stored within the list from index 2 to the end of the list, which is 30, 40 and 50. So as you can see, from index 2 to the end of the list. We can also use negative indexes. So if I want to print my list -4:-1, the output would be as follows because here the index value stored, the value stored at index -4 is included, but the value stored at index -1 is not included because we already know that the values extracted are from starting index to ending index -1 position. We can access more than one list value by looping through the list. This is done with the help of for loops. So here I have my list which stores the values 1, 2 and 3. For n in my list, so here the variable for the for loop is n. I am simply printing the value of n. So the output would be 1, 2 and 3. So we can see that we have accessed all the values in the list. We'll look into for loops and other loops in another video. List values are changeable. For example, here is my list which stores the values blue, black, red, yellow and green. I can change the value stored in index 2 as follows. So I say my list square brackets 2 equals orange. Now if I print my list, the output would be blue, black, orange, yellow, green. So you can see that the value stored at index 2 was initially red, but now it has been changed to orange. Now, just like strings, there are inbuilt methods available with lists as well. Let's take an example list called myList, which stores the values 1, 2 and 3. The len method. The len method returns the number of items inside a list. So, if I print the len of my list, the output would be 3 because there are 3 values stored in my list. The append method adds values to the end of the list. So, if I say mylist.append 4 and print my list, the output would be 1, 2, 3, 4. So you can see that the append method has added the value 4 to the end of the existing list. The insert method. The insert method inserts a value at a specified index in the list. If I say mylist.insert 2, 5, the value 5 will be inserted at the index 2. If I print my list, the output would be 1, 2, 5, 3. So initially my list was storing values 1, 2 and 3, but now the value 5 has been inserted at the index 2. So the output is 1, 2, 5, 3. The del keyword. The del keyword is used to delete an item at a specified index. So if I say del mylist at 0 and print mylist, the output would be 2, 3. So you can see that the value 1, which was initially stored at index 0, has now been deleted from mylist. The del keyword can also be used to delete the entire list completely. When I say del mylist, this command will completely delete my list. Now, there are a lot of methods available with lists. If you wish to check out all of them, you can go to this link, which will take you to the documentation that stores all of the lists that are inbuilt with all of the methods that are inbuilt with lists in Python. Thank you, and I will see you in the next video.